Hello, guys. Today we're going to take a small break from the birthday star reading for the Aquarius' idols that are having birthdays, and I'm going to dedicate this star reading to the actor of Jung Hae-in. I always struggle learning his name. Like, I know who he is and I know his name, but when I have to pronounce it, it escapes my mind. So yes, it's Jung Hae-in. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. Um, so yes, I did a reading for him. I believe that I did it twice. First, I did a reading, a very general reading about a snowdrop releasing a few months ago because they were in this sort of uncertainty period where there were a lot of things postponed about the production. So I did a reading about that. Then I did pretty recently. I did a reading for him and for Jisoo. But of course, like I mentioned, and I specified in the title, that it wasn't a shipping reading. It was more to see the dynamic of them since they are working together. But of course, um, I just this is the reason why I don't feel comfortable reading for co-stars or actor and actresses that work together or play this sort of romantic dynamic on television um, or on screen. Is because people already ship them and they have this very clear image of what they want the couple to be. Uh, so I think that definitely these people like are not very open-minded to read a tarot reading. I'm very honest with the tarot. I use it with people in real life as a tool of self-discovery. So if I say no shipping, I say no shipping because I don't see emotional cards when I read for these people. You know that I always try to be very transparent. If I do see an emotional connection, of course, I do talk about this and I do express it and interpret it. But if I don't, which is the case of a lot of dynamic readings that I did in the past, I'm very honest about it because that's the way I work. I don't fit people's fantasies, especially when I'm working with a tool that is the tarot. I'm an interpreter, so I don't lie. Um, so in this case, I'm going to do this general reading for him. And so I ask the people that come into my channel and actually find this tarot reading to come with an open mind and to please let's focus this reading on him. I'm already like making this clarification that Jisoo is not here. I'm not going to talk about her. I'm not going to talk about the drama. I'm going to talk what he has available for himself because this reading is for himself and he is much more than a snowdrop. He's a very talented young man. He's a very talented actor, um, and yes, he has a lot of potential. So let's see what he has available. Starting off, he got the card of the Strengths, the Five of Wands, the Hermit, the Ten of Pentacles, the Three of Wands, the King of Pentacles, the Ten of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, the Nine of Wands, the Princess of Pentacles, and then from the Oracle of the Energies, he got Sensible Man. So I think definitely that this reading is very expressive. There's a lot of wands. Let's remember his astrological energy. He is an Aries with the moon in Pisces, I believe. So Yes, he does have like this very passionate nature. He's very passionate about his work, but since his moon is in Pisces, he's also very profound. This is why he's so good at the roles that he plays. I think that he is a great actor because of this. He just adapts and he just flows like water. He's very sensitive. He knows where to put emotions. Um, he's also a very good person as an overall. I think that he has this sort of he definitely treats his co-stars or the people that he works with, especially the opposite sex. He's very gentle with the opposite sex. I think that he also is very charming. Definitely, females love him. But because he does give you this vibe that he actually is very that he understands you. He is this sort of man that he definitely is not ambitious about him being number one, and him being aggressive and being the one in control and being the one that that takes over the whole situation. I think that he's very considerate to the others that he works with. So this is something that it's amazing about him. I had mentioned this before, but in this reading, definitely it's a sort of confirmation that he's still this person and that he's still in this mood. Nevertheless, the first cards that came out, this first row, it talks about his struggles actually and how he had to remain strong with this whole snowdrop situation. There were a lot of people panicking in the comment section when I did the snowdrop reading, where I talked about how there were going to be delays and there were going to be a lot of modifications, but I never mentioned that it was going to get cancelled. So I don't know if people are not good at listening or they just want to panic just because they want to panic. Like there were people asking me to do the reading over again, all over again, just because the rumors of cancellation came up, or people like gathering signs and petitions to cancel. And I was like, I didn't see a snowdrop being cancelled. Like I don't know why people get so on panic mode whenever a rumor comes. I actually didn't see that in a tarot reading. So I remember that I answered to one person. I was like, the reading that I done on that subject, it's already done. I'm not going to do it again. I said what I said. So people should be more considerate of the interpretations. That because I know that there are a lot of people that actually go from tarot reader to tarot reader to see if they can get actually a sort of interpretation that fits their own what they want to hear. But in my case, I'm very honest. If I didn't see any cancellation, but in this case, about him, he definitely here with the strengths and the Five of Wands and the Hermit. You know, I think he's showing me that definitely for him, he had to stay strong in moments of a lot of there weren't attacks. He didn't feel it like an attacks, but definitely he fought. He received a lot of like. He's someone that he's very. He's very like. He's an actor, but he is very like modest about people talking about his work. He is not someone that pays attention to what other people say. So probably, this thing about the petitions and everyone talking about Snowdrop, and about him in the in the middle of all this commotion actually made him feel a bit uncomfortable, and actually he had to hold himself from reacting because actually he felt a bit uncomfortable, to be honest. He's not used to having this sort of attention. He's someone that he's very perfectionist, and he's a professional. So, when he said yes to this project, he said it because he believed in the project. And actually, there was no way he was going to apologize for it or back down of it or make excuses for it. No, when he signed, when he agreed to do it, it's because he had his reasons. There's no confusion in here. I don't see this man being confused about anything. Actually, he is someone that he's very secure. It's just that he's not someone that is loud and outspoken. He is someone that he knows where to put his passions, and he knows that his passions and his active side, he puts it in his work. He lets his work do the talking. He doesn't waste his energy on convincing anyone, and also he's not used to be the center of attention. And I don't know, but probably he feels a bit uncomfortable because we have the hermit here. So definitely through these moments where actually this whole the actually the series been released, and the public's reaction and everything, he chose to be in this hermit mode. He didn't he tried to hide, to reclude into himself, because I don't think he feels very uncomfortable with that. And I think that this is actually very moon in Pisces, actually, to be very protective own um, of your own inner world and inner peace. Not letting anyone actually disturb you. To sort of also evade yourself from what's going on. And I think that he definitely had moments of rage. Moments where he felt a bit frustrated because he doesn't understand the it's not about being negative, but it is this sort of obsessive nature of people to be like trying to find the negative in his work. He was like, I'm not used to this. But I think that he's a very wise man. He definitely understands both parties of the people that likes the or supports the show, and the people that don't. He definitely is very respectful in that sense, but at the same time he didn't want to add more drama. He's not that kind of person. And actually, to be honest, it made him feel a bit uncomfortable in his skin, to be involved in all this. But like I mentioned, he didn't regret anything. He made this decision. Of course, like I mentioned in other readings of a Snowdrop, there were a lot of things that actually probably when he signed the plot was different, or he was promised that a few things were going to change, or he asked for a few modifications and they said that they were going to give him that. And then when they started acting, and when they started working, he realized that there were a lot of inconsistencies, and the public did also see this. So this is why they had to postpone a lot of things, because I think that there were also people criticizing, like, how come him and Jisoo agreed to do this sort of controversial uh, topic or plot or project. And actually I think that there was a sense of things not being clear. I think that, and actually I think that the fact that people actually complain about it is what gave this project a bit of order. It was like a sort of pressure, so the production can be a bit more, can do their job better, because there was something about the element of controversy that they wanted to use for their favor. And somehow they saw the public's reaction and they were like, oh, this is not good. And I think that actually the actors were as confused as there were a lot of things hidden. There were a lot of details not being clear enough, and there were a lot of like promises. Like, oh yes, this is not clear. We will see. This is not what they were. The proposition, the first proposition was, but nevertheless, he tried to remain calm, even though he saw a bit of inconsistencies and lies. He doesn't like to be lied to, but well, this is entertainment, of course. And then he came out, and he's going to enjoy of a lot of prosperity. Actually, I think this year is going to be very prosperous for him, and I think that also the fact that he is not letting himself get affected by all this public's opinion. I think that it's a sort of like it's helping his cause, it's helping his career. I know that probably people are like, oh, he's going to destroy his career with this, with him being part of this series, like he shouldn't have done the role. I think there were people also like criticizing him for that. And actually, I think that he's going to prove everyone wrong, because I have the card of prosperity. The Ten of Pentacles is shining very bright here. So definitely this man is also going to get new offers. And about a more stable ones. But I think that there's something, since there are a lot of ones here. Definitely, I think that probably he will feel a bit tired. Like I think he will not. He will start filming right away, or the project will start soon. So even though he's a very passionate man and he loves to have these opportunities, I think this new role is going to demand a lot of energy out of him. So probably, there's, I don't know if this new role is going to be a movie or a drama, a K-drama, but it's going to demand a lot of physical action of him. Probably is also going to be very controversial. Not controversial, but I think that it will have to do, it's going to be like a gender that it has to do with action, or or suspense or crime, something like that, where he will have to show a side of himself also being very conflicted, or his character is going to be very intense, and it's going to be a character that is going to have a lot of very strong feelings, so he will have to also work a lot on that. He will have to practice a lot. And yes, there will be moments where he will feel a bit overwhelmed, but I think that this is something that he had actually wanted to do. Probably he had his eye on this project, so he already said yes without knowing the conditions, actually, because he feels very flattered to be having this opportunity to show different sides of himself. That I actually had watched a few of his prior works to Snowdrop, and he has this sort of gentle smile and gentle energy, where definitely he's really good to play like a romantic role, because he does have this sort of romantic vibe. But I think that what he wants to do is he wants to also show different sides of himself, and he probably wants to do like harsher roles, in the sense that he is really comfortable with exploring that side of doing like more aggressive roles or darker plots, a dangerous role, something like that. I think that he definitely wants to push himself, to do, to be tougher, to sort of build this image of a tougher person. Then we have the Two of Wands, the Nine of Wands, the the Two of Pentacles, the Nine of Wands, and the Princess of Pentacles. So yes, I think that definitely he will also be doing in this new series, in this new work. It's also going to he's going to have he's going to act with a famous female as well, that I definitely see that they will have great chemistry, and I also can see that people will start shipping them as well. So he's like, I don't know why, but he's like, oh, here we go again. And I think that this female, it can also potentially be an earth sign as well. But I think that he knows her from before, so there's a sense of unity in the sense that they will put a lot of efforts together. So if they have to do some kind of fan service, or if they have to show themselves together, he will not have any kind of trouble working with her. um, I think that he really admires her, so he's really comfortable with being his her co-star. So I think that definitely you will see also him having chemistry with other influential artists and actress. So, and then the card from the oracle, it's sensible man. I think that it represents him. It represents him in the sense that it also reminds us of his energy. That everything that he is going to accomplish this year and everything that he had been accomplishing, it's because he's very sensible when it comes to his elections, his choices, what he chooses to have in his life. He's no fool. He is not naive. He knows exactly why he chooses the works or the projects that he goes for. He definitely doesn't let people decide for him. He doesn't. He's very communicative and he's very polite, but at the same time he's very strong-headed. He is an Aries, so definitely he knows where he wants his career to go, and he knows what he wants to show of himself. So definitely he's no fool. He's someone that he is in control also of his own life, and I think that he's very proud of himself. I think that he is, this year it's also going to be a year where he will feel a bit more stable in his career. And I'm sorry for the fans if there are fans that actually want to know a bit about his romantic life. I actually don't see romantic cards here, and not even one card of cups came here. There's not female energy here, so possibly if he is in a relationship, or if he's interested in someone, probably that aspect is not something that he wants me to see. I always also made this clarification in my tarot readings. I do them in a general way, and if there's not a romantic vibe or atmosphere in the reading, I do not talk about it, because even though these are public figures, they have um, they have their own energy, their own vibration. So there are people that I read for that definitely they are like open books, that they let me see what they let me see, and there are others that are much more reserved, and that it's impossible to see beyond, because there are some aspects of their lives that they do not want me to see. So, I'm very respectful in that way. I do not force myself into like doing some kind of a speculation into their private lives if the cards don't show it. Um, so yes, but he's definitely very prosperous guy. He's someone that he is like he's gaining a lot of recognition, and I think that what he's showing me here is that for him it wasn't easy to be taken seriously. That he had like go through a lot of um, a long path, and at the same time I think that he also have done a lot of soul searching. He had also done a lot of self discovery of himself, self. He knows himself better, and I think that the fact that today he's able to choose what he wants to do is because he had made sacrifices in the past, and he is someone that he's very honest. He's very, I see all these cards of wands, and definitely I can see that this man definitely is a bit exhausted physically, but nevertheless he keeps working on himself, and he keeps like practicing, he's studying, he's preparing himself physically and mentally. He's like learning new skills. He's going to be amazing and in the next role that he is going to be in. And I think that he also surrounds himself. He also has people around him that are these very devoted artists. He probably is friends with people that are very passionate and that also are very humble about their work. Because it's not that he doesn't like to be famous, it's just that he wants to be recognized for his job on screen, and he doesn't want to be invaded with personal questions, because actually who he is as a person has nothing to do with what he offers to the audience. He wants to be a sort of mystery to the audience, so the audience can like connect with his character and actually get immersed in his performances. So this is why I always mention every time I read for an actor or an actress, like if you are not able to see that part of their work is to play a role on screen, and you think that that's the expression of who they are backstage, I think that definitely you are not seeing the reality. And I think that in this case, this man is very good, like all the actors and actresses, he's really good at making you believe what he shows on screen. He's very magical. He's sort of, and he's very like this sort of shapeshifter. This is why he's looking for new challenges. He's looking to do another kind of very different roles, so he can surprise people, so he can shock people. And at the same time, we have to take into consideration that he is not the only handsome actor. There's a lot of competition in this media. There's a lot of competition in this industry. So definitely, this is why he pushes himself to do um, a lot of activities, because he knows he's very grateful for what he has, but at the same time he is in charge of his decisions. He's in charge of everything that he does, and the fact that he got the card of the sensible man, um, this means that he's a really decent person, and I think that this is, I don't know why actually this card came up, but I think that maybe if there are people that are questioning if he is a decent person or not, I don't know if that's the case, but this card came to confirm that he's actually someone that is very that he's very he has values, you know, he has a lot of values, he has a lot of decency, he's very honest, he's not interested in rumors or scandals, you know, he just wants to be left alone to do his things, you know, to do his work. He doesn't want to be remembered as being part of a controversy. You know, this is why he doesn't feel comfortable with that. So yes, it's going to be a great year. Of course, that is going to demand a lot of energy out of him, but I think that he can make it. He can make it. He knows how to regulate his energy. He knows how to regulate himself to give a good performance. So yes, guys, this is all I have for him. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.